Welcome to the Daily Parks and Rec Show from the CPRS Conference 2026. In this episode, we're diving into a challenge every recreation professional faces: how to keep camp enrollment strong and growing year after year. Joining us is Damian Sandholm, a seasoned recreation leader with a strong background in aquatics and marketing. From creative program development and themed weekly camps to smart partnerships with schools and community organizations, Damian shares practical strategies to keep kids engaged and registrations full. If you're looking to boost participation, improve your outreach, and build programs families keep coming back to, this is one conversation you don't want to miss. Let's dive in.
All right, we are back again. This is Craig LeBlanc, the Daily Parks and Rec Show, live from the CPRS 2026 convention. And I have a special guest with me here to answer a very fun question. Damian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
You having a good convention so far?
Yes, sir.
How many years have you been coming to this one?
Oh, about 25 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know where all the bodies are buried then?
I do know a lot.
Fantastic. All right. So the question is, how do you, it already just flew out of my head. How do you keep camp enrollment up?
How do you increase camp enrollment?
Okay. Yeah. So how do we keep camp enrollment up?
Excellent. Yeah. So it's certainly a two-prong approach. First, you would want to look at your program development, and then next is your marketing. And so with program development, it's making sure that you have a variety of themes and different activities for the kids to make sure that when they do come for that first week, they want to keep coming back for that next week, and really trying to tie it together with different sort of activities that either typically happen in the summer or any sort of special events like a Summer Olympics that might be coming up or anything like that. And then really trying to get some variety in their day. So either finding some local partners in your community that you can bring the kids to, different little play parks and things like that. I know with a lot of the camps that we have done in our past is having a swim day or two, and just having different ways to kind of add that variety and depending on what your budget, your access to these different things are. And so really keeping it fresh.
And so when you say a theme, you're talking like a swim day would be a certain theme?
So the themes are actually more weekly. So it'd be like superhero theme. Now you can have like an aquatic safety theme week. And so you know that you're going to spend a little bit more time at the pool that week, and you can bring in some lifeguards over to teach people some things like basic, rescue stuff, to just say, call 911 and things like that. So the theme is a little bit more weekly, but then you do want to make sure that you're keeping that variety each week.
Yeah. Now you said you had did you say you had a background in marketing and you were just good at marketing, or something you have a passion for?
Actually, technically I've been a rec professional my entire career with a business and marketing degree. And so a lot of the fun does come with trying to, help promote our programs to get the people there. My career is actually primarily in aquatics, but we do have lots of camps and things like that come there.
You still do a lot of aquatics today?
So now my current role, I more run the recreation division. So we do have pools and things like that. So I'm just kind of giving more the advice at this stage.
Yeah.
We'll
have to get you as a guest on our show. We just recently launched this last Friday. We finally have a weekly show every Friday, 1:30 p.m. just on aquatics.
I'd love to.
And so we have 52 hours this year to fill of aquatics people that are just specialists or passionate about it. Make a great guest for that show.
That'd be great. Yeah, no, I definitely have done a lot of time in municipal water parks. I've worked for a couple of different agencies with those, so I certainly have a different perspective. And then also, just with the marketing to help increase that enrollment, because you're assuming that you have a program that you're trying to grow.
Right.
It's looking for those partners, and our easiest partner is often the school district. So seeing if you can find time to either get flyers in their newsletters, get posters posted at their elementary schools and middle schools, and sometimes they'll even let you come and bring maybe one or two of your part-time staff members to just give them a little display on how much fun that can be. Yeah. And then also looking at just community partners to see who's willing to maybe have you put your flyers in their buildings and things like that. And so just making sure that the word gets out there, because the problem is we do a lot of great things, but we can't always catch all the right people.
Right. Yeah. There's got to be nothing worse than having a great program that's being offered, that's properly staffed, that's well planned, and then half the people show up, or you're half the population.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to do is say, okay, this is how we get the word out so that we have, fully stacked programs. Let's talk about the marketing part of it when it comes to like all this social media stuff. It's like, have you ever found a niche for when to post, what to post? Is it like the still, or is the written word, or kind of what you found that works for you?
I think when you're leading into it, the still is kind of the best thing that you got. If you can have some narratives from previous campers or anybody who wants to give you a quote or something like that, that would be great. Doing some little live streams during your camp, if you have trained staff that knows what to show and you have the right releases in there, can help show the energy of camp, because it's really hard to capture the 40 kids on a piece of grass playing, and then how do you turn that into a flyer? And so when you can really show that live, or even taped and then posted later, then that's a really good way to show the energy there.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Now, how about as far as when you say these stills, what do you want to look at? Let's say you're just creating a flyer. I know sometimes you don't want to make them too wordy. So do you trying to pick like a tagline or something?
Yeah, a tagline if you have one for your division, and also just splash them with a couple different words of either summer camp, because that's just what people are looking for when they're doing that. If the brand of your summer camp, ours in San Bruno is Breezy Bay. Mm-hmm. So if that brand does carry weight in the community, then you can go ahead and start that. But it's just very short. Summer camp begins, registration begins, 7 great weeks or 9 great weeks, whatever that works out to be. Yeah. And then that just gets them to that space. QR codes are very helpful for us now, especially if somebody can get there. Obviously, if it's social media, you can just have a link on that flyer or that static piece to just kind of get folks there.
All right, so let's talk about any face plants. Is there anything you've kind of done? You're like, all right, tried that. That doesn't work. Any kind of landmines you can maybe warn people about that kind of new at this, promoting the programs they offer?
Yeah, I guess the landmines often revolve around safety, often revolves around the stuff that you're just not sure that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what this audience is or what we're supposed to talk about, but we opened up an aquatic camp that was actually a partner camp where the kids would do basketball or tennis in the morning in a similar facility or in a nearby place. And then they would come on over to our pool and then have an aquatics camp at the afternoon. And in the first year we did it, one of our 12-year-olds brought a knife. And so he's showing it to all of his friends and all these other different things. And so obviously we, as the people running the camp, don't hear about it till tomorrow when the kid goes home and tells their parents that they saw a knife at camp. And so just little things like that, since you can't really project everything that might happen, how do you really frame your staff trainings to incorporate these type of things? And so that's the camp one that comes to my mind.
Right. Oh, I love it. So no showing off knives. That's
right. Exactly. Keep the weapons at home, kids.
Right. That's for another program. Well, fantastic. Well, Damian, thank you so much for coming on the show today and helping answer that question. And really appreciate all the work you're doing for your community, and hope you have a great rest of your convention.
Thanks a lot, Craig.
That's right, Joe.
Are you a vendor, brand, or service provider ready to connect with the heartbeat of local communities? At DPRS Media Co., we tell the stories shaping parks and recreation across America. Through podcasts, live streams, videos, and newsletters, we reach frontline leaders, city directors, and decision makers every single week. From youth sports and facilities to programming and policy, our audience is your audience. Sponsoring or partnering with DPRS Media Co. puts your brand in front of the professionals who build, budget, and buy for their communities. Launching a new product? Growing your presence in public spaces, targeting cities, counties, or departments, DPRS is your trusted media partner. Whether you're in software, turf, aquatics, robotics, smart cities, or special events, partnering with DPRS puts your brand in the story. With commercials, interviews, social campaigns, newsletters, and live shows, we're your media team. Partner with us and grow your impact in the $200 billion parks and rec industry. DPRS Media Co. Stories that move parks and rec forward. Your audience is here. Let's meet them.